7 places to visit in Naples. Naples, the regional capital of Campania, is Italy's third-largest city, following Rome and Milan, which have populations of approximately 3 million. Located on the west coast of the Italian peninsula, it sits approximately 120 miles (190 kilometers) southeast of Rome. Known for its rich history, incredible food, especially pizza, and its location near iconic sites like Pompeii and the Amalfi Coast, Naples offers visitors a unique blend of cultural, historical, and natural wonders. Naples is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world, with its origins dating back over 2,800 years to the Greek settlement of Neapolis, meaning new city. Over the centuries, Naples has been shaped by various civilizations, including the Romans, Byzantines, Normans, Spanish, and French, each leaving their mark on the city's architecture, culture, and identity. Whether wandering through its narrow streets, admiring its ancient ruins, or indulging in the local cuisine, Naples promises unforgettable experiences at every turn. Hi travelers, welcome back to DinSweet Travels. In this exciting video, I will take you on a tour of 7 unique places in Naples. Number 7. Piazza del Plebiscito. A grand, open space in the heart of Naples, Piazza del Plebiscito is a must-visit landmark, flanked by the majestic Royal Palace and the Church of San Francesco di Paola. This square is perfect for soaking in the city's architectural splendor. The semicircular colonnades and serene atmosphere make it an excellent spot for photos or a stroll. Nestled in the vibrant heart of Naples, Piazza del Plebiscito is more than just an open square. It is a cultural emblem, a gateway to history, and a symbol of the city's resilience and grandeur. Piazza del Plebiscito spans an impressive 25,000 square meters, making it one of the largest squares in Italy. Its historical significance is as vast as its size. Originally conceived as a tribute to Napoleon Bonaparte, the square evolved to celebrate Italian unity, particularly after the referendum of 1860, when Naples became a part of the newly unified Kingdom of Italy. Standing proudly along one side of the piazza, the Royal Palace of Naples was once home to the Spanish viceroys and later the Bourbon kings. Its facade, adorned with statues of Naples' key rulers, is a testament to the city's royal heritage. Visitors can explore the palace's opulent interiors, including its grand staircase, lavish rooms, and extensive library. On the opposite end, the Basilica of San Francesco di Paola resembles the Pantheon in Rome. Its imposing neoclassical design, with a grand portico and circular dome, exudes serenity. Number 6. San Severo Chapel and Veiled Christ. The San Severo Chapel is an unassuming gem in the heart of Naples. Giuseppe San Martino's Veiled Christ is a stunning marble sculpture. The history of the San Severo Chapel dates back to the late 16th century, when it was initially built as a private family chapel by the noble Di Sangro family. Located near the San Domenico Maggiore Square, the chapel was intended as a place of worship and burial for the family. Over the years, it was expanded and transformed, with several generations of the Di Sangro family contributing to its design and decoration. However, Prince Raimondo di Sangro, 1710–1771, the 7th Prince of San Severo, indeed left his mark on the chapel and made it the masterpiece it is today. The chapel's most famous artwork is the Veiled Christ, Cristo Velato, a stunning marble sculpture by Giuseppe San Martino that depicts Christ lying under a delicate veil. The veil appears so thin and translucent that it seems to be made of actual fabric, showcasing the artist's extraordinary skill and the lifelike quality of the sculpture. The sculpture depicts the body of Christ lying in repose after his crucifixion, covered by a thin, translucent veil. The veil clings to the contours of Christ's body, revealing every detail of his lifeless form. His hands, feet, and face are all visible beneath the delicate folds of the fabric. In addition to the stunning detail of the veil, the expression on Christ's face is another key element of the sculpture's emotional impact. Christ's face, though peaceful in death, bears the marks of his suffering, with faint traces of the crown of thorns visible on his forehead. His hands and feet show the wounds of the crucifixion, but his expression remains serene, suggesting the transcendence of his suffering and the promise of resurrection. The chapel also contains other remarkable sculptures, including Modesty and Disillusion, which are celebrated for their beauty and craftsmanship. One striking sculpture in the chapel is Modesty, la Pudicizia, created by Antonio Corradini in 1752. The sculpture represents the allegorical figure of Modesty, also veiled in marble, much like the veiled Christ. Another masterpiece in the San Severo Chapel is Disillusion, il disinganno, sculpted by Francesco Queirolo in 1754. This powerful work depicts a man entangled in a net, representing the struggle to free oneself from the illusions of the material world. Visitors can see the anatomical machines in the chapel's basement, two preserved human skeletons with their entire circulatory systems on display. Number 5. Castel dell'Ovo, perched on the seafront with stunning views over the Bay of Naples, Castel dell'Ovo, or the Egg Castle, is one of the city's most iconic landmarks. The castle's name is linked to an ancient legend about the Roman poet Virgil, who supposedly placed a magical egg in its foundations to protect it from destruction. While the castle has been rebuilt and expanded over the centuries, it retains much of its medieval charm and offers a fascinating glimpse into Naples' maritime and military history. This ancient fortress, whose origins date back 2 millennia, gives visitors a unique blend of history, myth, and stunning views of the city and its surrounding coastline. Castel dell'Ovo is the oldest fortification in Naples. It was initially built by Greek colonists from Cumae, who established a settlement on the small island of Megaride, where the castle stands today. The Greeks fortified the island to protect their settlement, and over the centuries, the site grew in importance as a strategic point in the Bay of Naples. The Roman general Lucius Licinius Lucullus later transformed the island into a luxurious villa in the 1st century BCE, a retreat for Roman elites to enjoy the bay's beauty. This opulent estate was famous for its gardens, pools, and libraries, and was known as Lucullus's Villa. After the fall of the Roman Empire, the island and its structures were repurposed as a fortress. During the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, Castel dell'Ovo played a key role in the defense of Naples, serving as both a fortress and a royal residence. Over the centuries, various rulers, including the Normans, Angevins, and Aragonese, expanded and reinforced the castle by adding walls, towers, and other defensive features. Upon entering the castle, visitors passed through a massive stone gate leading into the inner courtyard. The courtyard is surrounded by thick stone walls and defensive towers, which once protected the castle from invaders. Today, the courtyard is often used for cultural events, art exhibitions, and open-air concerts, making it a lively space where history and modern culture coexist. Castel dell'Ovo has been a royal residence, military fortress, and a notorious prison. Over the centuries, many political prisoners and dissidents were held in the castle's dark, damp cells. One of the most famous prisoners held at Castel dell'Ovo was the 15th century Neapolitan nobleman and writer Tommaso Campanella, imprisoned for his revolutionary ideas and writings. Number 4. Mount Vesuvius. No trip to Naples is complete without visiting the iconic Mount Vesuvius, the volcano responsible for the destruction of Pompeii in AD 79. Adventurous travelers can hike to the crater for stunning panoramic views of the Bay of Naples. Mount Vesuvius has a long history dating back millions of years. It is part of the Campanian volcanic arc, a region of intense volcanic activity in southern Italy. The most famous event in the volcano's history is its eruption on August 24, AD 79, which buried the cities of Pompeii, Herculaneum, and several other smaller settlements under ash, pumice, and pyroclastic flows. Since AD 79, Mount Vesuvius has erupted numerous times, with the most recent eruption occurring in 1944 during World War II. While Vesuvius has remained dormant since then, it is still considered an active volcano and scientists closely monitor its activity. Despite its violent history, the volcanic soil around Vesuvius is incredibly fertile, supporting lush vineyards and agricultural activity for centuries. The region is known for its excellent wine, particularly Lacrima Christi, Tears of Christ, made from grapes grown in the mineral-rich soil of the volcano slopes. Mount Vesuvius is part of the Parco Nazionale del Vesuvio, a protected area established to preserve the region's unique flora, fauna, and geological features. The park offers hiking trails, educational exhibits, and picnic areas, making it an ideal destination for ecotourists and families. The highlight of any visit to Mount Vesuvius is the hike to the crater. The most popular trail, the Gran Cono, Great Cone, begins near the summit and is moderately challenging. The trail is about 1 kilometer (0.6 miles) each way and takes approximately 30 to 45 minutes to climb, depending on your pace. Getting to Mount Vesuvius from Naples requires taking a bus or train to Ercolano, Herculaneum, a nearby town. From Ercolano, shuttle buses or guided tours are available to the base of the trail. If you're driving, park near the entrance to the hiking trail. Parking fees are usually required. Many tour companies in Naples offer day trips to Mount Vesuvius, often combined with visits to Pompeii or Herculaneum. Number 3. Spacca Napoli. Spacca Napoli follows the original layout of the ancient Greek and Roman city of Neapolis, founded in the 6th century BCE, and is one of the most famous streets in Naples. It cuts a straight line through the historic center and offers a lively and authentic taste of Neapolitan life. Spacca Napoli means Naples splitter because the street divides the old city in half. Over the centuries, Naples grew around this central axis, and Spacca Napoli has remained one of the most important streets in the city, both in terms of its historical significance and its role in daily life. Officially, Spacca Napoli comprises several different streets: Via Benedetto Croce, Via San Biagio dei Librai, Via Duomo, and a few others, but it is collectively known as Spacca Napoli. Walking down Spacca Napoli is like stepping into the soul of Naples, with its bustling shops, churches, cafes, and street vendors selling everything from fresh produce to handmade crafts. The street is also home to some of Naples' most important religious and historical landmarks, including the Church of Gesù Nuovo, with its distinctive diamond-shaped facade, and the Monastery of Santa Chiara, which features a beautiful cloister decorated with colorful maiolica tiles. Along the way, you'll encounter traditional pizzerias, artisan workshops, and lively squares filled with musicians and performers, making Spacca Napoli an authentic cultural and sensory experience. One of the first significant landmarks along Spacca Napoli is Piazza del Gesù Nuovo, a lively square home to the impressive Church of Gesù Nuovo. With its unusual diamond-shaped stone facade, this church was initially built as a palace in the 15th century for the noble Sanseverino family, before being converted into a Jesuit church in the 16th century. Directly across from Gesù Nuovo is the Monastery of Santa Chiara, one of Naples' most important religious sites. Just a short walk from Spacca Napoli, on Via Francesco de Sanctis, is the San Severo Chapel, Cappella San Severo, one of Naples' hidden artistic treasures. Just off Spaccanapoli lies Via San Gregorio Armeno, a narrow street world famous for its artisan workshops specializing in handcrafted nativity scenes present. Continuing along Spaccanapoli, you'll come to the Naples Cathedral, the Duomo di San Gennaro, one of the city's most important religious landmarks. Parallel to Spaccanapoli is Via dei Tribunali, another lively and historic street that is a must-visit for anyone exploring Naples. This bustling street is lined with shops, cafes, and some of the best pizzerias in the city, including the legendary Pizzeria Sorbillo and Pizzeria Di Matteo. This is the place to be if you want to try authentic Neapolitan pizza. Number 2. Naples National Archaeological Museum, located in the heart of Naples. This museum is home to one of the world's richest collections of archaeological artifacts. From Pompeii's colorful frescoes and mosaics to exquisite sculptures and everyday objects, the museum provides a vivid snapshot of life in ancient Rome and Greece. The Naples National Archaeological Museum was founded in the late 18th century during the reign of King Charles VII of Naples, later Charles III of Spain, an avid collector of antiquities. His collection formed the nucleus of the museum, which was initially housed in the Palazzo degli Studi, a 16th-century palace in central Naples. The museum officially opened to the public in 1816, and over the years it has grown to become one of the most important archaeological museums in the world. Highlights of the museum include the Farnese collection, which the wealthy and influential Farnese family amassed during the Renaissance. Among the highlights of the Farnese collection is the Farnese Hercules, a colossal marble statue of the hero Hercules dating back to the 3rd century AD. The sculptor depicts Hercules resting after completing his famous 12 labors, holding the golden apples of the Hesperides in one hand and leaning on his club in the other. Another standout piece in the collection is the Farnese Bull, a massive marble group that depicts the myth of Dirce being tied to a bull by the sons of Antiope. The sculpture is one of the largest surviving marble statues from antiquity, and its dramatic composition and intricate details make it a true masterpiece. Other notable works in the Farnese collection include the Farnese Atlas, a statue of the Titan Atlas holding up the celestial globe, and the Farnese Cup, an intricately carved Hellenistic cameo cup made from agate. The museum is perhaps best known for its extraordinary collection of artifacts from the ancient cities of Pompeii and Herculaneum, which were preserved under layers of ash and pumice following the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. One of the collection's highlights is the Alexander mosaic, which depicts the Battle of Issus between Alexander the Great and the Persian king Darius III. The museum's collection from Pompeii and Herculaneum comprises a diverse array of everyday objects, including jewelry, pottery, and tools, as well as more personal items such as cosmetics, furniture, and even food preserved in a carbonized state. These artifacts provide a tangible connection to the lives of the people who lived in these cities, offering insight into their customs, tastes, and daily routines. The museum is home to an extensive collection of Greek and Roman sculptures, many of which were excavated from sites across Italy, including Pompeii, Herculaneum, and nearby Puteoli. These sculptures include portraits of emperors, gods, athletes, and mythological figures, showcasing the skill and artistry of ancient sculptors. One of the most impressive works in this collection is the Doryphoros, spear bearer, a Roman copy of a famous Greek statue by the sculptor Polykleitos. The statue exemplifies the Greek ideal of beauty and proportion, with the figure standing in a contrapposto pose, emphasizing balance and harmony. Other notable sculptures in the collection include portraits of Roman emperors such as Augustus, Trajan, and Hadrian, as well as busts of philosophers and poets. The level of realism and detail in these works is remarkable, providing valuable insight into the political and cultural life of ancient Rome. In addition to its Greco-Roman artifacts, the Naples National Archaeological Museum also boasts a fascinating Egyptian collection, which includes a wide range of artifacts from the pharaonic period. This collection, one of the largest in Italy, features statues, sarcophagi, amulets, jewelry and other objects that shed light on ancient Egyptian religion, culture and daily life. One of the standout pieces in the collection is the statue of Ramses II, a large and imposing figure of the famous Egyptian pharaoh, one of the most powerful rulers of the New Kingdom period. The collection also includes several mummies, beautifully decorated coffins, and funerary items, which offer a glimpse into Egyptian beliefs about death and the afterlife. The Naples National Archaeological Museum is situated in the heart of the city, making it easily accessible by public transportation. Number 1. Pompeii and Herculaneum. No trip to Naples is complete without visiting the nearby ruins of Pompeii and Herculaneum, two ancient Roman cities buried under ash and pumice during the catastrophic eruption of Mount Vesuvius in AD 79. Both sites are UNESCO World Heritage Sites, providing an incredibly well-preserved glimpse into daily life in the Roman Empire. Located just a short train ride from Naples, the ancient ruins of Pompeii and Herculaneum offer an unparalleled glimpse into life during the Roman Empire. Pompeii and Herculaneum were thriving Roman cities near the Bay of Naples, flourishing under Roman rule. Both were bustling with activity, home to wealthy citizens, traders, and artisans. Pompeii, in particular, was a larger and more cosmopolitan city, while Herculaneum was smaller but wealthier, known for its beautiful villas and seaside location. In August AD 79, Mount Vesuvius erupted with little warning, sending a plume of ash, pumice, and volcanic gases high into the sky. Pompeii was buried under a thick blanket of ash and pumice, while Herculaneum, located closer to the volcano, was engulfed by a fast-moving pyroclastic flow of superheated volcanic material. Although Pompeii was quickly covered, preserving its streets and buildings, Herculaneum was submerged in a dense layer of volcanic mud and lava, which preserved many of its structures and artifacts in even better condition than those of Pompeii. The eruption wiped out both cities in hours, freezing them in time until they were rediscovered and excavated in the 18th century. Pompeii is the larger and more famous of the two. It offers expansive ruins to explore, including ancient homes, temples, theaters, and the infamous Lupanar brothel. Highlights include the House of the Faun, one of the largest and most luxurious homes in Pompeii, which covers an entire city block. The built-in 70 BC amphitheater is one of the oldest surviving Roman amphitheaters, capable of seating up to 20,000 spectators and hosting gladiatorial games and public events. The Forum, Pompeii's political and social hub, is an expansive open space surrounded by important civic and religious buildings. Herculaneum, though minor, is even better preserved. It has two-story buildings, intricate frescoes, and wooden structures that survived the eruption. It's a quieter alternative to Pompeii and offers a more intimate view of ancient Roman life. Both sites can be visited as a day trip from Naples, and they provide a sobering reminder of the power of nature and the fragility of human life. One of the most significant discoveries in Herculaneum is the Villa of the Papyri, an opulent seaside villa that once belonged to a wealthy Roman family. The House of the Dyer is one of the most impressive villas in Herculaneum. It is known for its stunning frescoes, mosaics, and panoramic views of the Bay of Naples. Visitors to Herculaneum can view these skeletal remains, which provide a haunting contrast to the city's otherwise serene and elegant villas and streets. Both sites are accessible from Naples via the Circumvesuviana train. Pompeii is approximately 30 minutes away, while Herculaneum takes around 20 minutes. Consider purchasing a combined ticket for both sites. Guided tours are highly recommended to fully appreciate these locations' history and significance. Visiting Pompeii and Herculaneum involves walking, often on uneven ancient streets, so wearing comfortable shoes is essential. Thank you for joining DinSweet Travels on this journey through Naples. We hope the shared stories and explored sights have motivated you to embark on adventures in this timeless city where every corner holds a tale and every sunrise brings new revelations. Keep following DinSweet Travels for more explorations and discoveries. Goodbye until our next voyage. May your hearts always hold the essence of travel, and may your journeys be filled with joy and amazement.